Well, in this presentation, we are going to show you the traceability of the sterility test, comparing the traditional method with the use of mTrace. We have divided the sterility test workflow in 3 main steps: the preparation, the test execution, and the readout. And we are going to start seeing the activities that we perform when we use the traditional practices in the preparation. Well, first of all, we prepare the consumables needed. Then we load the isolator. We manually record the catalog numbers, the expiry date, and the batch numbers of the consumables. We manually record the operator and the time. And we manually record the isolator and the decontamination cycle of the reference. But what can go wrong during using the traditional method? Well, we can see that we can face some challenges sometimes. For instance, we can load products that are expired, or we can have wrong items for the test. We can have not enough quantity of each consumable to perform the test, or a wrong isolator can be identified. Finally, a wrong decontamination cycle could also be linked to the test. Let's see now how we face these challenges with the use of mTrace. Well, first of all, the manager will assign the SOP to a qualified operator. And let's imagine that we are the operator. We start logging with the username and the password. And we assign the task that we are going to execute. Then we enter the batch number. We can do it by using the keyboard or by scanning it using a barcode that we have previously created with mTrace. Well, I want to clarify that all the methods have been previously entered into the system, so we can follow our SOP step by step. Afterwards, we open the isolator and we start the loading. We start loading all the consumables, the TSV. Then we scan the FTM, the rinsing fluid, the sterility test blister, and we enter the number of samples that we want to identify, and we scan each of them. Okay. No. Okay. After scanning all the samples, we also enter all the bottles. And we inform the isolator when it has finally loaded and it is closed. So all the information about the batch will be recorded in the report. We can also add the environmental plates to this workflow to have the information about the environmental control that is done while we are doing the sterility test workflow. And to finish this step, we scan the contamination cycle reference. Okay, at this step, we are going to move to the next slide to see the activities we perform during the execution of the test with the traditional method. We manually identify the canisters, the batch ID, and the expiry date. We execute the full sterility test workflow following the SOP. And we record manually the catalog numbers, the batch numbers, and the expiry dates of the consumables. We also record the operator and the time. What can go wrong in this step when doing it traditionally? We can have a mix-up between procedures, like wrong consumable used or wrong number of consumables for the test. We can have transcription errors or non-legibility of the comments. We can have mistakes due to non-contemporaneous data recorded, like a wrong canister identified. Or we can have, and also the operator without a guidance can lead to a deviation from the procedure. Also, non-appropriate parameters could be selected, like the pump speed or the pressure of the sterility test. Let's see how we can solve these issues or these challenges with the use of mtrace. Well, here in this step, we first of all log in. We enter the username and the password because the operator could be different from the step before. And we switch the sterility test pump on to allow the connection between the computer, the mobile device, and the sterility test, because they are all connected and sharing information. Okay, Johan has previously explained that the mobile device will be mounted on the external part of the isolator, and we will scan the products, only putting them in front of the mobile device. And then in the sterility test screen, the SOP will be displayed. So we will see step by step the procedure of our SOP step by step. And this will avoid mixing up procedures. Okay, all the consumables will be identified contemporaneously. And in case we scan the wrong consumable for the current step or the wrong number of bottles, an error message will appear, will be displayed on the screen, alerting us about the mistake and giving us the chance to retry. Okay, let's see now the procedure in the sterility test. Okay, each canister will be identified before the media transfer. So this way, we can identify the canister with the media, if it's the canister for the TSV or the canister for the FDM. Okay. Additionally, the pump speed of the sterility test can be automatically adjusted. So this way, we remove this step from the operator workload, and the pump speed will be the one that is written in the validated SOP. Moreover, the pressure of the canisters is continuously monitored. So we will see the pressure values in the final report. And in case we have had an overpressure, we will detect it. And this is really important because in case of overpressure, microorganisms can be harmed, and this could lead to a false negative result. Okay, so we finished this step, finishing all the filtration with the sterility test. We will use the sterility test knob to continue to go to change from one step to the other one. So when we have finished one step, we can see the instructions of the next step in the screen of the sterility test, pressing the sterility test knob. Now the rinsing fluid has been filtered. Here we can see the steps that will be displayed on the screen. Here we can see it in the computer, but the same instructions can be showed in the sterility test screen if we use this feature. Or in case we are using the headsets, we can also hear these steps through the headsets, and we can go to the next step saying OK when we finish the step. Okay. Now the cups are introduced. And the media will be transferred to each canister. We start with the FTM bottle. And we will do the same afterwards with the TSB. We transfer the FTM. And in case an error occurs, we will see the message that appears here in the screen. And then in the report, we will be able to see it again, and we will be able to filter if we want to see only the deviations or the comments in the report. If you want to see a summary of them, instead of having to review the whole report, we can have them the head of the report. So this way, it facilitates the review of the report. Okay, so now I think we can move to the following step and see which is the final step, the readout, which activities we perform during using the traditional method. So we carry the canisters from the isolator to the incubators. We place the TSV canisters in one incubator and the FTM canisters to the other one. We pick the canisters at the right time for visual inspection and to do the intermediate and final readouts. And we manually record the results, the operator, and the time. Let's see what can go wrong during this step. We can have wrong assignation between canisters and media. We can have a mix-up between different incubators, or mistakes due to non-contemporaneous data recorded, like who did it or when it was done. We can also read a brown canister that is not linked to that test, and we are not going to have recorded evidence of the result. And finally, we can miss information also during the review and the approval. Or when we also have the risk of losing papers when archiving. Let's see how we can face these challenges during the readout with mTrace. Well, at this point, all the steps are going to be managed through the mobile device. So it allows us to keep tracing the canisters at different locations. We are going to carry the canisters from the isolator to the incubator room, and we are going to link the incubator with the temperature and with the canisters that we are going to introduce in each incubator. After that, we need to wait to do the next step, that is the reading. And when we want to read, we will pick one canister and scan it. So, and as everything has been traced, it will know, the system will tell you in case you are picking a brown canister, if it's not the time for the readout, for instance, or if it's not linked to the procedure that you are trying to follow. So, well, in the end, the traceability of the whole performance of the batch will appear in the final report. And we can see now an example of a report. And we are going to be able to review and approve the report using the mTrace platform. Okay, here we can see step by step all the information that has been recorded. And well, apart from the report, a backup copy is constantly created, so there's no risk of losing the information. And well, here we can see the QA department where we are going to go to review, and then after doing the review, we have the approval part. And we will export the report as a PDF for archiving, so we can manage it in our computers. So, well, this will be the end of the workflow with the mTrace. Let's see the next slide. We have seen the workflow with the traditional method versus the mTrace method, and I hope you will have, well, it could be helpful for your daily work in the laboratory, so thank you for your time, your attendance. And now we are moving to a presentation about one of the experience of one of our first customers using mTrace. So Cristina Mazzone will come. Thank you very much.